Thank you for listening and watching. Feel free to explore more content at Marmorated Movies on YouTube. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Elf is a 2003 American Christmas comedy film directed by Jon Favreau, written by David Berenbaum, and starring Will Ferrell and James Caan, with Zooey Deschanel, Mary Steenburgen, Daniel Tay, Bob Newhart and Ed Asner in supporting roles. On Christmas Eve, a baby at an orphanage crawls into Santa Claus's sack and is unknowingly taken back to the North Pole. After the child is discovered at the workshop, the elves name him Buddy after his diapers brand label, and Papa Elf adopts him. Buddy is accepted by the elf community and grows up thinking he is an elf, but soon learns that he is really a human. Papa Elf explains that Buddy was born to Walter Hobbs and Susan Wells, and that Susan put him up for adoption prior to her death. Walter now works as a children's book publisher at the Empire State Building in New York City, and is unaware of Buddy's existence. Santa reveals that Walter is on the naughty list due to his selfishness, but suggests Buddy could help redeem Walter. Buddy travels to New York and finds Walter at work, but Walter mistakes him for a Christmas gram messenger and has him ejected. Buddy heads to a local Gimbel's department store and meets Jovi, an unenthusiastic employee with whom he is instantly smitten. Hearing that Santa will be at the store the following day, Buddy redecorates the store overnight. However, upon realizing that the Gimbel's Santa is not the genuine article, Buddy unmasks him and causes a brawl in the store, resulting in Buddy being arrested. Walter reluctantly bails Buddy out and takes him for a DNA test, confirming that Buddy is his biological son. The doctor convinces Walter to take Buddy home to meet his stepmother Emily and half-brother Michael. Walter and Michael are unnerved by Buddy's strange behavior, but Emily insists that they care for him until he recovers. Michael warms up to Buddy after they defeat a gang of bullies in a snowball fight and encourages Buddy to ask Jovi out on a date, which she accepts. During the date, the two fall in love. Meanwhile, Walter's publishing company is failing after their latest book flops. Walter's boss, Fulton Greenway, expects Walter to have a new book ready by Christmas Eve. Walter and his team secure a meeting with best-selling children's author Miles Finch, but Buddy interrupts the meeting and mistakes Finch, who has dwarfism, for an elf. Buddy unintentionally insults Finch before the latter attacks him and leaves the meeting, upon which Walter loses his temper and disowns Buddy. Heartbroken, Buddy writes an apology note on an Etch-a-Sketch and leaves Walter's apartment. Upon finding Finch's notebook full of ideas, Walter and his team scramble to create a book to pitch. As Walter prepares to pitch the book to Greenway, Michael arrives and informs Walter of Buddy's departure. Realizing his mistake, Walter quits his job and walks out with Michael to find Buddy. Meanwhile, Buddy sees Santa's sleigh crash in Central Park, attracting a large crowd. Santa explains that the sleigh's engine is lost and cannot fly without it due to a shortage of Christmas spirit. Buddy finds the engine and reunites with Walter and Michael. After he takes them to meet Santa, Michael takes Santa's list and reads it in front of television news cameras gathered outside the park, proving that Santa is real. A group of Central Park Rangers, who are angry at Santa for placing him on the naughty list, chase the sleigh as Buddy tries to reattach the engine. Jovi leads the crowd and those watching on television in singing, "Santa Claus is coming to town," raising enough Christmas spirit to fully power the sleigh without the engine. That following Christmas, Buddy writes a book about his life, which becomes a bestseller and allows Walter to establish his own publishing company. Buddy also marries Jovi and brings their newborn daughter Susie to visit Papa Elf. On Rotten Tomatoes, Elf holds an approval rating of 85% based on 194 reviews, and an average rating of 7.05 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, "A movie full of Yuletide cheer, Elf is a spirited, good-natured family comedy, and it benefits greatly from Will Ferrell's funny and charming performance as one of Santa's biggest helpers." On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 64 out of 100, based on 38 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A- on an A+ to F scale.